Glim surveyed the room before settling on the lone occupant sitting alone. The human's meal and drink seeming sparse for such a species. Approaching the male, Glim studied him. Simple jumpsuit with a single sidearm holstered to his thigh. Facial hair was minimal. Truth told, the face was so smooth he would be mistaken for female without them. "Pardon, human, may I sit and discuss some things with you?" To his credit, the human did not seem startled. Sure. Constable, right? A flick of his ear, Glim sat. "That is roughly accurate. I want to understand human excess. Tendencies to these ridiculous excesses." Turning his comm about to show a freighter destroying an attack fleet. Then images of mechs dropping right into a firefight. Then to a garishly red ship with yellow stripes, possibly bristling with guns. Wow. Yeah, that is a lot. See, some of that was secret hush-hush stuff. Chewing on what smelled like an almost burnt sliver of tuber, the human paused. Okay, so the freighter thing needs some history. Well, the mechs too, but let me start with your first bit. Most of you guys either discovered warp drives or were found by a warp-capable species. Then you got gifted an Ansible and connected to the galactic communications. Back on Earth we were doing okay, getting some colonies up in the solar system, when we figured out on our own how to make an Ansible receiver. The officer's ears perked. Before you learned about warp drive? According to my history teacher, it was someone trying to detect warp or something to prove FTL was possible. Anyway, the important part is we started hearing all you folk out here. These wolf guys invading the bunny people, crocodile guys attacking Foxkin and stuff. Our species have names, you know. Yeah, but I didn't have time to look them all up, and it ain't important for this. Where was I? Oh yeah. So we heard all about all of these fights and invasions. Only a matter of time till you guys came knocking on our door. So every nation and every potential shipbuilder starts designing ships for the newly needed interstellar navy. One person was trying to prepare a logistics ship. Glim holds up a hand for a moment. Sorry, my translator gave multiple things to what you just said. Nodding and swallowing some of his drink. Yeah, that is the problem you had with it too. See, the proper governments were building proper warships. This one builder was trying to think logistics, getting supplies, any supplies to the front lines. So they borrowed a concept and adapted it. Or lots of concepts. Sorry, I got a D in that class. Anyway, this ship was supposed to go to a system and quickly mine up materials and generate things needed for the fleet. It would be a massive target. So it was bristling with countermeasures, guns and missiles, shields and armor to handle ramming attacks, factory processing, cargo holds, and those massive mining beams. Tilting his head as he listens. This roughly sounds like the ship in question. Yeah, well, the government didn't buy the thing. The prototype had been built, but they had their own design ships with standardized parts, and using information from the Ansible had come up with both stealth gear and warp drives. The thing is, the guy that built the prototype had come up with his own FTL drive based on the Ansible, a fold drive. Since no one wanted his ship, he had her flagged as a civilian vessel. His daughter took her out of Sol while people were still bickering about it. Ears flicking a moment. But how does this explain your designs and actions? Almost choking on his food, the human coughs. Well, everybody thought you guys were like light years ahead of us and everything, so we tried super hard to catch up, but we were mostly on par with you guys. We just missed a few points and power plants in the warp drive, so everything we made was for these scary aliens that could whoop us at every turn. We thought we were bringing rocks to a laser fight, so we went with off-the-wall designs and overgunned everything. So our destroyers were better gunned than your battleships. Our stealth systems meant the mechs we made were really effective since you had to get close to properly target them. That logistics ship? Way overdone because we thought it would be too small. Well, that answers on the first two, but what about this thing? Marketing. Everyone now thinks humans overdo weapons and are totally crazy, so mercenaries lean into that. Bolting extra guns on hulls to look ridiculous, red paint goes faster, everything you guys expect. And people seeing crazy mercs showing up and playing metal on all comm channels. They surrender rather than get mulched. As I heard, a real something surrendered when the logistics ship arrived, with the cargo the people had purchased.